So, something that a lot of people don't know about me is that I've always had horses since I was about 5 years old. A lot of people think that all I do is field hockey. Olivia, field hockey, that's my life. But I'm actually a real person outside of field hockey, and I have other interests and hobbies, and that's one of them. When I was 10 years old, we sold my pony because the recession hit. My dad lost his job, we didn't have enough money, and that was really hard for me to understand as a kid because I was like, oh, my pony is gone. It was so sad. Um, but then when I was 12, my trainer found me a horse and she said, I found you this free horse. She's imported from Germany. She's really nice, but you have to rehab her for a year and I'll let you work off the board. So when I was 12 years old, I fed 5 times a week and I fed 40 horses and I worked off all my board so that I could keep this horse, and I put in all the rehab with her, which taught me so much. And I did all of this without telling my parents. So I got a horse when I was 12 without my parents' permission. And most 12-year-olds don't do that. And I think that really shows who I am as a person. That if I want something, I'm going to go get it and I'm going to work for it and make it happen. Um, Eventually, my parents did find out, and they were rather mad at first because they were like, how could you go behind our backs and lie to our faces and not tell us that you bought a horse? But I did it because I knew they wouldn't let me. Because we couldn't afford it at the time, and I wanted it so badly, and I was like, I can make this work. I can make it happen. And I did. I made it work. So I actually still have that horse till this day, which is awesome. My parents still take care of her, and I still go and see her when I come home and ride. It's awesome. I love her so much. It's great. Um, and it was a great thing for me to have an experience because owning horses definitely teaches you a different type of responsibility because if you mess up, they're going to die or something really bad's going to happen. And it makes you take things very seriously. Um, and I'm really thankful that I had those opportunities. And yes, my parents were mad at first, but then they got over it eventually. And now it's just kind of like a running joke in the family. Like, oh, Olivia bought a horse when she was 12 by herself. Um, but life went on. It was all good. And then another huge part of my life was when I committed here to field hockey. My sophomore year, I committed here. And then my junior year of high school, my coach convinced my mom and me that it would be a good idea for me to graduate high school early. And at first I was like, no, I love high school. I don't want to go. But then I was like, it's such a good opportunity. And it was my dream to play here because I want to win a national championship so badly. And I've always wanted to play for Missy because she's the best coach. So I did it. And in the process of graduating early, I had to go to night school and summer school. And I was living at a friend's house for 8 months because our house collapsed. My parents were living in a hotel. So that was kind of weird. So I was going to high school. What I would do is I'd go to high school, then I'd come home, feed the horses, then I would go to night school, and then after night school I would go to field hockey practice, and then after field hockey practice I would do all my homework. And I was taking 4 APs, so that was a lot of homework. And that was a rather stressful time in my life, but it really made me who I am today as a person because it gave me the work ethic and efficiency that I need in college playing sports and stuff. So I'm really thankful for that. And I learned those skills in high school and didn't have to figure out when I got here. Um, and I think one of the best things that happened to me during this time was going to night school and summer school because when you go to a nice school your whole life and are with people who are well off and fortunate and you live a very sheltered life and then you go to a school where people don't live a sheltered life and aren't fortunate and can only get the meal that they get at school, it really changes your perspective on everything. And it opened my eyes and made me realize like oh my goodness, these people go through so much more than me, and I'm so fortunate to have the things that I have and go to the school that I do go to and have the supportive, loving parents that I have because these kids don't have that. Like, I became really good friends with one girl who was in um, foster care, and she just told me her whole life, and it just really makes you change as a person because you see where they're coming from and you see what they're going through and you see them every single day, and so you know their day-to-day life, and it changed me so much, and it made me less ignorant to what people in the world actually go through. And I'm so thankful for that because it made me realize that I want to do something, like when I grow up, I want to do something that helps people in situations similar to the friends that I made in night school because those people need help and they shouldn't have to live the way that they do live. And it's really sad that that's how they live. And I remember I would go into regular high school and I would just be so bitter because I was like, you people take all of this for granted and you have no idea what other people do just to go to school. Like, there would be people who would work all day long and then go to night school. And they would like work construction and stuff, like hard stuff, like all day. And then go to school just because they wanted to graduate so badly. And then I went to school with all these kids who were just like, I hate school. I hate waking up early. And it just drove me crazy. It made me so mad. But I'm so thankful for that experience, and that really made me who I am today. And have the characteristics that I do have. And I think those would just be, I have a really good work ethic, and if I set a goal, I achieve it. If I want something, I do it. And I think I'm a kind and understanding person of where other people are coming from, and I genuinely do care, and I just wish everyone could care about everyone, but that's just not how it is because there's mean people in the world. But that's really who I am as a person, and hopefully one day I can make a difference in the world and be that supportive, caring person that I want to be.